A very good afternoon. Today is the 27th day of November 2025. Welcome to Younib TV News at 1. I'm Jesicah Adiang. Today we take a look at the ongoing by-elections being held around the country. This story and more after the highlights.
We have not withdrawn any security of any person who votes in Kabuchai. To the best of my knowledge, no voter will be disenfranchised. And not Kabuchai, Malava. In this Malava, sorry, we are going to Kabuchai shortly. So I'm just trying to say that we haven't withdrawn any security for any voter.
Honorable Speaker, the other issue I want to cite is even the regional dominance of Kenya. In the year 2024, Uganda grew by 6%, Tanzania by 6.1%, Honorable Speaker. Rwanda grew by over 8%, Kenya grew by 4.7%. Honorable Speaker, also as I said, facts are like lion, you release them, you don't defend them, they defend themselves.
Just this week, there's been a disturbing TikTok video of teenage boys harassing women in broad daylight, grabbing them, slapping them, dragging them, schoolgirls into videos without their consent. Why? Because they're looking for likes. That is sexual harassment. What are we doing about it?
Welcome and thank you for choosing Younib TV. Now, the united opposition led by Rigathi Gachagua, Kalonzo Musyoka and Eugene Wamalwa have accused the government of conspiring to manipulate the by-elections. They assert that 30,000 pre-marked ballot papers have already been prepared for deployment in Mbeere, Magarini and Malava, and they allege a wider scheme to provoke violence through the use of hired thugs.
We are further aware that 30,000 pre-marked ballots have already been dispatched to the targeted battleground areas of Magarini, Malava, and Mbeere North through compromised presiding officers. This strikes at the heart of electoral integrity.
Those plainclothes officers is a tool for ballot stuffing. IBC has given ballot papers to government agencies that have been pre-marked, and the plan in Mbeere North is that 1,500 gangsters from Kayole and Gikambura in Kikuyu are in Mbeere, and their mission is to create chaos. In that situation of chaos, the pre-marked ballots will be put into the ballot boxes.
Mheshimiwa Senator Halwale is targeted for arrest. Tunajua kuanzia usiku huu niko natafutwa, Senator Cleo Malala, governor natembea, na viongozi ambao wanaongoza campaign zetu. Hii njama wanataka waweze kutisha wananchi wasijitokeze kupiga kura wakisikia viongozi wao wameshikwa.
It is the police who are in a scheme with IBC to steal these elections. And that is why he is asking people to keep away, so that the police can actually get the pre-marked ballots inside the ballot box. People cannot keep away. It is the people's election. It's their right.
Now, several opposition leaders have expressed their concerns, claiming that they are experiencing harassment from the government in the lead-up to the Malava constituency by-election. Led by Trans Nzoia Governor George Natembeya and Kakamega Senator Boni Halwale, these leaders have accused the government of retracting their security detail only a day to the mini polls.
Are you aware that the security of Dr. Boni Halwale has been withdrawn? Your police officers, you have given me 6 police officers as per my office. Where are they? What are you planning to do?
Sisi kama wananchi tutalinda Gavana Natembeya mahali popote atatembea. Sisi kama jamii ya Waluya tutalinda viongozi wetu mahali pote watakuwa. Na kule Malava hakuna mtu yote ataleta fujo.
to the people of Malava, mtoke bila kushurutishwa, bila kuwa na wasiwasi. Serikali sasa imekuja, imeshika mikakati vizuri, na hakuna mtu mwingine atapigwa na wale wanataka uongozi kimapavu.
I want to tell the people of Malava that I'm still in this race. I'm still in this race to the end. My name is on that ballot paper. I'm among the few people who have decided to represent the people of Malava.
Now, still on election matters, the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, IEBC, has granted Kenyans approval in advance of today's by-elections, assuring the nation that all logistical and security arrangements are now finalized. The commission states that election materials have been dispatched to all relevant wards, while security agencies have completed their deployment to ensure a seamless voting process.
We are set for tomorrow's by-election, and we are very hopeful and very confident that all will go well.
We have already deployed adequate security to cover the elections. In terms of deployment, every polling station has been given 2 security officers. We have also been able to secure the tallying center where we will converge for purposes of the final declaration of votes.
Polling agents, polling presiding officers, tumepata mafunzo ya kutosha. Kuna sheria, agents tumepatia mafunzo, wanajua kuna sheria inatakiwa ifuatwe, na kila mtu akifuata hiyo sheria, tunahakikishia wananchi wa Chewani kwamba uchaguzi utakuwa ni wa huru na wa haki.
Now on to security matters, where Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen has defended the decision to withdraw security personnel in Malava constituency in anticipation of the upcoming election, while issuing a firm warning to political leaders who intend to deploy vote protection gangs. He cautioned that the leaders who are orchestrating criminal activities to disrupt the election will face arrest and prosecution, stressing that the repercussions will be severe.
We have not withdrawn any security of any person who votes in Kabuchai. To the best of my knowledge, no voter will be disenfranchised, and not Kabuchai, Malava. In this Malava, sorry, we are going to Kabuchai shortly. So I'm just trying to say that we haven't withdrawn any security for any voter in Malava constituency. So there is no fear that as a result of the same, that person is not going to exercise their right. To the contrary, the persons whose officers have been summoned to provide information to the National Police Service as to their presence in the midst of goons are officers of government, and they will provide information to the National Police Service. The interrogation will happen, and if they are innocent, they will go back to their work anytime. Somebody is asking by when. It can happen any moment, as long as they provide the information that we need, and to know, and as long as we protect the citizens from possibility of violence or misuse of guns inside goons. Number 2 is that, yes, as I said, we do not want to scare any voter here by presence of police officers. Our duty is to just scare goons and criminals. So the presence of the police here is not to police the voters they vote. No, in fact, we are not telling them to go and sit inside the polling room and the booth.
We are taking a short break, but we will be back with more updates. Welcome back and thank you for keeping it Younib. Now, Kiharu MP Ndindi Nyoro has expressed his disapproval of President William Ruto's recent national address, cautioning that the nation is engaging in unsustainable borrowing and highlighting concerns regarding education and employment in public schools. During his speech in Parliament, Nyoro stated that the address overlooked the issue of debt at a critical juncture in Kenya's economy. He cautioned that the government is presently borrowing 3.6 billion Kenyan shillings daily, a rate he considered unprecedented.
Honorable Speaker, the other issue I want to cite is even the regional dominance of Kenya. In the year 2024, Uganda grew by 6%, Tanzania by 6.1%, Honorable Speaker. Rwanda grew by over 8%, Kenya grew by 4.7%. Honorable Speaker, also as I said, facts are like lion, you release them, you don't defend them, they defend themselves. Honorable Speaker, as I come to the conclusion, I thought the President would actually talk about, or the speech would include the issue of debt. Kenya is currently borrowing 3.5 billion shillings every day, unprecedented. And besides that, we are borrowing also illegally, in the name of securitization, in the name of Talanta Board, and the rest. I thought that is a monumental issue that would have been highlighted. But lastly, Honorable Speaker, also, Honorable Speaker, I thought the speech would include the issue of education. The speech was read in a situation where, Honorable Speaker, our principals have received a circular to increase school fees for day scholars, Honorable Speaker, starting January. And I want to rally the members of this House. We must not sit here when the fees for day secondary school is being increased by government from next.
Now, Pasaris, the Nairobi women representative, has condemned some young content creators for their actions towards a female pedestrian who declined to engage in what seemed to be a prank. She described the incident as a traumatic and unacceptable. Pasaris called on the DCI to act promptly, cautioning that such conduct disguised as content creation will not be tolerated.
Just this week, there's been a disturbing TikTok video of teenage boys harassing women in broad daylight, grabbing them, slapping them, dragging. That is sexual harassment. What are we doing about it? Madam Speaker, as I said, we are in the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. There is Rita Mweni, Roysambu, Starlet Wahu, South B, Mary Wangui, Kasarani, Christine Soeta, Kakamega, Brenda, an MKU student in Thika, Irene Ayemba, and then there's Abigail. Abigail, here in Kasarani. Now, I want you to listen to this because you always interrogate Interior, okay? When Abigail's mother called recently and asked, what is the status of the investigation on my daughter? This is what the police told her. Wait, we have other cases. And then here you're telling me that we have structures and we are doing what is necessary, we are giving counseling, we're investigating. No, we are failing, okay? Honorable Speaker, no parent should have to hear that, wait, we have other cases. It is a reflection that the system is overstretched, it's under-resourced, and at times lacking in compassion. The Models Association has come to me and said they work in fear. They walk in fear. And I will be arranging for them during this period of 16 days of activism, not by bringing a question here anymore, but by taking them to the PS of Interior, to the DIG and the DCI. I have actually spoken to the DCI personally and told him, we need a human heart, we need compassion, we need to do something more than just say this is a case or a...
Now, on to the corridors of justice. A Naivasha court has sentenced a 42-year-old man to 20 years in prison after he was convicted of sexually assaulting an 80-year-old woman in her residence 3 years ago. Joseph Gitahi was found guilty of raping the elderly woman at her home in Mui Shirigiri, located in Kinungi area, after he broke into her house during early hours of October 13th, 2022.
It alludes to the fact that the complainant is 80 years old. She's a close neighbor to you, and you went ahead and raped her. The community is incensed by what you did. There is also an indication that you've been involved in previous criminal activities.
Mary, who was sexually violated by a young man, and today a judgment has been made and he's been sentenced to 20 years imprisonment. I would like to state that older people aged 60 years and above globally suffer a lot of violence, abuse and neglect. In fact, it's estimated that 1 in 6 older persons suffers violence every year. Unfortunately, it's only about 10% of cases of violence, abuse and neglect that are reported. That therefore means that a lot of older persons are suffering out there in the community and do not have any access to justice.
We have come to the end of our broadcast this afternoon. Thank you for choosing Younib TV. For more stories and in-depth coverage, stay tuned or visit our social media platforms. I'm Jesicah Adiang, and on behalf of the whole team at Younib TV, I wish you a delightful afternoon.